The air is still, and the sky a piercing blue. There's silence among the Wolf Guard as you ride towards King's Crossing. Previously, the Crescent were a shrouded threat, silhouettes moving in the dark. Now, they've stepped out from the shadows and taken the fight to your home.
General, thank the Guardians you're here. What about the Queen? Is she safe?
She's safe and we found the traitor. What's the situation? Any sign of the Crescent?
Any sign? They're everywhere. We haven't found their lair yet, but it can't be far. The forests are dense, but we know them, and they don't. The only problem, the crossing is enormous. We need to gain ground and expand fast before the Crescent gets too powerful. Speaking of power, I'm worried about the locals. Chances are they'll try to siphon them. There are 3 places in particular which I think they will target. Lando, a small village, King's Crossing's trading post, and the big fishery down by the river. We also noticed some of their portals showing up all over the forest. So we have to be on the lookout. My guess is that they're using them and the siphon they spawned to cover their retreat. The bridge up north that collapsed during the Purity Wars might be worth looking into to give us more attack routes. But we need to fix it before we can use it. Yeah, and that's about it. I don't need to tell you that we should expect heavy attacks. You learned that lesson in the Loranian swamp.
Then we need to catch them. We cannot allow them to leave, not with the Horde of Souls in their possession.
Your words and Tiara's ears.
I'm seizing command. Let's teach the Crescent a lesson they won't forget.
Tiara's breath, what did they do? It felt as though they were...
Someone will explain, but not now. Just don't leave the village until we tell you.
Certainly. By the Guardians, I thought the wars were over. Let us know if there's anything we can do to help the Crown, General. And thank you.
As you descend into the old tomb, you feel a faint tingle on the back of your hand, as if brushed by a breeze of magic. It gets stronger the deeper you go. The Horde of Souls, imbued with the Jade Staff's magic, its energy is staggering in its vastness.
General Erev, still trying to stop the inevitable, aren't you?
Did you really think you could get away?
I wasn't trying to. You think you have it all figured out, don't you? You think that if you kill us, the God of Light will go on his merry way. You are wrong. Now let's see what you are made of, General Erev. Fight me.
By the... what is this?
A paralysis spell, imbued with the energy of the Horde. The end of our little game. I wanted to probe your powers. And now I have.
Even if you kill us, you'll still lose. We've defeated your entire army.
We did suffer casualties, yes. But we're far from defeated, General. Also, we got what we came here for. Your staff has been destroyed and the Horde has been fed. Jakku is closer to being fulfilled than it ever has been.
Like you tested and murdered Tahar?
So you know. No, I merely ended the suffering. You should have seen Tahar's soul when we met. Numb and raw, fragile and intense, shredded by the horrors of the past. For Tahar, life had become a torture. All I did was end the pain.
What are you trying to say? That you did him a favor?
Yes. I know that this must sound odd to you, but it's how it was. You see, for people like the Betrayer's child, there's no chance of getting better. Their souls are too damaged, and all that awaits them are years and years of pain. I spared Tahar that pain. Though, of course, protecting our mission in its early stages was also a factor. I couldn't risk anyone learning about what we were doing. Not back then.
Wait. Whatever you think your reasons are, Sheokdet is controlling you. You're corrupted, just like Rondar Lacane was!
I know.
You what?
I know I'm corrupted. But that doesn't mean that I'm not in control of my actions. I serve the God of Light because I choose to.
You're not making any sense.
Is that so? Remind me, General Erev, what happened in Empiria? That one mysterious day you lost your entire division and the town you were supposed to protect.
How? How do you know about that?
It's not hard to find the records if you have the right sources. Also, I'm a dream weaver, and you're like an open book. Now tell me, what happened?
I don't remember. At least not all of it.
So you're still suppressing the truth. Interesting. You see, General, I don't doubt your good intentions. Which is why, when the people of Kavil and your soldiers fell under the axes of the orcs, they did so as a result of you thinking you were doing the right thing. Now, you may have an excuse for why it happened that way. In war, people die. You made a mistake. The orcs killed the people, not you. However, what you fail to see is that suffering is simply the result of conscious existence. It's what mankind does.
What are you talking about? That's nonsense.
Is it? Look at this world, General. Beggars starve under the feet of the rich. Soldiers die for their tyrants' greed. Plagues wipe out cities. Existence creates suffering. It's a simple equation. Therefore, the only logical solution to end the perpetual suffering is to simply end existence altogether. Jakku.
Are you even listening to yourself? Do you have any idea how much suffering you've caused?
A necessary sacrifice, and one that pales in comparison to that which mankind would inflict upon each other if it continued to exist.
This is just nonsense. Yes, there's suffering, but there's also good in the world.
On a personal level, maybe. In the grand scheme of things, no. You should know, General. You've seen war. And doesn't it give the lie to all our so-called accomplishments? What's a poem? What's a random act of kindness compared to the butchering that no animal would be capable of, but that we continually inflict upon each other?
Even if what you said was true, how does ending the world make it any better?
An emotional question. Existence equals suffering. No existence equals no suffering. Would any amount of suffering ever be preferable over no suffering at all?
You're mad.
Goodbye, General Erev.
Your Majesty.
Interesting. So you're capable of more than wielding a scepter?
This ends now.
No. No, it doesn't.
Gone. Damn it. Your Majesty. How did you...
I came as soon as I could. Let us head back to Greykeep. We have a lot to discuss.
Now, will someone explain why we did not see this coming? You were supposed to monitor the Crescent for Tarth.
Again, as long as we don't know where the headquarters of the Crescent are, we can't monitor them. We can only tail the assassins who show up in public. If you're looking for someone to blame, maybe start with your Royal Army commander who betrayed you. If you hadn't punished him so harshly, he might not have played the petulant child and let the masked woman into the keep.
Maybe. Either way, it does not matter. If there is a silver lining to this incident, it is that it confirmed that the masked woman really is one of the corrupted.
Surprise, surprise.
We had to be certain. The question is, has your memory come back, Skadar? Were you able to identify the remaining two corrupted as well?
I think so. Partially, at least.
Partially?
Yes. The masked woman severed the connection before I could make out all the details. But I know that one is an Empyrean man on the border between Hallett and Windwall. The other in Windholm itself.
That doesn't tell us much. If we were to find another artifact with enough magical energy, could you search the tapestry again?
In theory, yes. Finding another artifact with sufficient energy, however, would take time. And with the Horde of Souls even more powerful now...
We would lose more time than we can afford.
Plenty of traders pass through Hallett, and I'm sure there are several Empyreans among them. How are we supposed to tell this man from them?
Your Majesty, could he be?
My thoughts as well. Recently, a courier delivered an anonymous letter whose author requested a private audience with you, General Aref. He threatened that there would be consequences if we did not meet his demands. At first, we dismissed this as nonsense, until we were made aware of the fact that this man, who happens to be from Imperia, leads a considerable army of mercenaries. And just recently, they crossed the border to the Hallett province.
Wait, someone sailed all the way over from Imperia with an army at his back just to talk to the general? Who is this man, and what by Ellen does he want from us?
That is a good question. I was hoping General Aref could shed some light on the matter.
I cross paths with a lot of people in Imperia. It could be anyone.
Well, then we need to find out.
How well equipped are we to handle these mercenaries if push comes to shove?
Depends. I doubt that by consequences, this man means that he'll send them right into a siege of the Great Keep walls. If I had to make a guess, I'd say that he'll most likely send them towards a smaller town to cause mayhem, and then disappear before our army has a chance to catch up.
Hit and run. They can do a lot of damage that way before the Royal Army can catch them.
Not to mention that our troops have enough battles to fight already. We have to avoid a battle at all costs.
What mercenary company are we dealing with?
According to our scout, they march under the banner of the Dust Devils.
Them? That's interesting.
What do you want me to do?
You will attend the meeting, find out what he wants, and dissuade him from this madness.
What if it's a trap?
It is a risk we must take. Also, the Wolf Guard will observe the meeting from afar and intervene if necessary. The meeting is to take place in an abandoned mine in Hallett. We shall send a courier once you set out.
In Windholm. That must be Arrakis.
I had the same thought.
If it's him, he's definitely not aware of his corruption. My brother and the rebels have been monitoring him ever since his rise. He has never mentioned the God of Light.
As I said, that doesn't mean anything. The corrupted contribute to Jakku in all kinds of different ways. And if Arrakis' purpose in this was to simply cause chaos, then he succeeded.
Agreed. Besides, it is well past time we dealt with him. Hailstone, you said the rebels are ready to perform the coup?
Aye, but we'll still need your help.
You will get it. All that matters is that you neutralize High Hierophant Arrakis as swiftly as possible. Tell us your plan.
As you wish. Under General Arev's command and carrying no banners, the Wolfguard travels to and lays siege to Windhelm. Arrakis will have no option but to send his troops out and confront us. While our armies clash, Malik and his people take up arms inside and blow up Arrakis' monument. Then, they use the ensuing confusion to deal with the remainder of the Windhelm Guard, proceed into the castle, and capture Arrakis and the higher-ups. Once we've won, we push on into the city and take out any resistance left.
So we're sending the Wolf Guard against the entire Bastion. Is that a fight we can win?
Well, I'll be honest, we're in for a tough time. But we can use the Windhelm caves to our advantage.
How so?
Because the caves are comparably narrow. They'll only be able to send a fraction of their forces to confront us. And once Malik has dealt with Arrakis and thus cut off the Serpent's head, the Bastion will scatter like a flock of sheep without their shepherd.
Why blow up the monument?
To cause confusion. Also, Malik always had a weak spot for symbolism. And it doesn't get any more symbolic than this, does it?
I agree.
What are you going to do with Arrakis once we have him?
Like I told you, we throw him into a cell together with his bootlickers and then reinstate the prince and repair the damage.
There still hasn't been any word from the Circle Mage, right? Iskrim?
No. He's still on his expedition up north. The last time we heard from him was shortly before you arrived in Northander. It's a little ironic. He could have been a big help in the fight against Arrakis.
We'll manage without him.
I thought the Crown didn't want an open war. Even if we let the Company or the Blackstone rebels fight and the Wolfguard marches without a banner, won't Arrakis connect the dots and realize Northander is involved?
I hate to crush your deception fantasies, but he's probably figured that out already. A dark elven, dwarven and human army the size of the Wolfguard doesn't appear out of nowhere.
Vertarth is right. When the coup works, it does not matter what Arrakis thinks or feels anymore, as he will be reflecting on his mistakes in a dungeon.
And if it fails?
We will not let it come to that.
Understood. I'll let you know when we march.
Music to my ears. And thank you, Your Majesty, for helping us.
It was necessary. Now, let us talk about the other matters.
Well, then we know what we have to do. We'll help the rebels overthrow Arrakis, and then meet this man from Imperia and deal with him somehow.
Correct. If we manage to take them out of the equation, then there is only the masked woman left to deal with. And we will find her. Vertarth, what about the Temple of Light? And that archaeologist the Crescent was after? Murkal?
Still no clue about the temple, but we traced Merkel's movements to Everlight. We're doing all we can to find and bring him here as soon as possible.
Good. In the meantime, let us do what we can. General Arev, I have faith in you. Stop the corrupted before it is too late.
Hey, Kyawu.
Hello.
Is something wrong?
I've been thinking. If we understood what we found in Old Halu correctly, the Hibernians knew that Shayogded was more than just a destroyer, and yet they kept it a secret.
Which was a mistake. Suppressing knowledge doesn't keep it safe, it only makes it more dangerous when it's discovered.
When? Not if?
Yeah. Secrets have a way of coming out. Sooner or later.
But does it really matter? Secret or not, Jakku has come all the same. I just keep wondering, would it have made a difference? If everyone knew about Shayogded, about its hold on reality, could we have prevented Jakku, or would we find ourselves exactly where we are now?
Why does this bother you so much?
It's just something to occupy my mind while on the road. I see that look, General. I'll be fine. I just need some time to clear my head.
Do you want to get some fresh air? It might help.
Yeah, that sounds good. Let's go. And the others threw rocks at him until he was gone. My father returned to his tent without a word.
That's awful.
He was just a boy. Hungry, lost. But no one else saw that. They only saw a thief. A dangerous outsider.
But you saw more than that. In time, maybe others will too. You can show them there's more to outsiders.
I don't even know if they would listen. The idea might be too radical for them.
You don't know that. Maybe all they need is someone to give them a new perspective.
You know, I never told you, but when we met, I was in awe of you.
You were?
Yeah. You were this confident general, focused on action rather than contemplation. I had never met anyone like you before. Well, we should really head back. Thanks for this. It helped a lot.
Yeah, Kaya will wait. I need to tell you, I care about you. A lot. I can't stand not knowing how you feel.
Arev, I can't say I don't think about you. You're an incredible guy, Arev. Traveling with you, being by your side.
I sense a butt coming.
You know the laws I'm bound to. If I fall for an outsider, I could be banished from my people.
Is that all I am to you? A risk you're not sure is worth it?
No. No, of course not. What I mean to say is, it's not a decision I can make lightly. The more time I spend out here with you, the more I don't know what to think or how to feel. I just need a little more time to process it all. I don't want to rush into something and regret it later.
I don't want you to either. If that's what it will take, then fine. Take whatever time you need. I'll be waiting.
Thank you for understanding. I promise I won't be indecisive on this forever.
You better not. The world might end before then.
Oh, General. Do you have a moment? I could use your help with something. General, what is it?
You said you needed help with something.
Yes, I do. The vinculum we recovered in Calibrok. How much do you really know about it?
To be honest, not much. Why do you ask?
Well, you saw what it could do. Revealing other realities, bringing objects from one reality into another. But I think it can do more. Rather, I think I can focus its energy to be more specific in what it reveals. With your help, I'd like to test it out.
Why do you need my help for this?
Because I don't know what will happen when we try to look at other realities. I figure it's better to be cautious, rather than try this on my own.
What do you mean by more specific? What are you hoping to see?
Well, if I'm to test this, I figure it's best to focus it on myself. Mostly I just want to see if it will work. But I will admit, I am curious. Don't you want to know what another you might be up to?
It would be interesting to see how things are different.
Exactly. For the first time, we might actually have the means to know.
How do we test your theory?
Well, I've identified several places we might be able to activate the device. If it works, we should be able to see something.
Okay, we'll check it out the next time we're out there.
Thanks, General. This is one of the spots I marked to test my theory. We should be able to use the vinculum here. Kana, Chedrick, come inside and wash up for supper.
But Mama, we're collecting mushrooms.
Ask your father to show you which ones to collect when he returns. He'll be back any moment. Come on, inside. That was unexpected.
I'll say. Seemed like someone was domesticated.
You looked content.
I looked tired.
Fair lady, you were a woman of the waves, weren't you? Will you honor us with a sea shanty?
I don't sing.
That's not what Iria told me.
Hey, don't drag me into this.
I said I don't sing.
What a killjoy.
Do it already.
Iria Alathiel, you were found guilty of the crimes of magic and are sentenced to death by the pike. Do you have any final words?
Choke on your laws.
May the light have mercy on your soul.
Ouch.
That didn't end so well.
I guess not all other realities are good ones.
Yeah. I must not have been let out of prison with Tahar.
Or maybe Tahar didn't even exist in that reality.
Who knows? Either way, dead end there. No, please. You don't understand. I was part of the Circle.
Yeah, right. And I'm the Emperor's secret lover. Now get out of here.
Please. Can't you spare something? Anything?
I said get lost.
Wow. The other me was having a rough time.
That's putting it mildly. Looks like you left the Circle.
I recognize those streets. It was in the marketplace in Imperia. But why did you leave?
I have no idea. Guess it didn't turn out well, though.
Katris, do you really regret it? Fighting for the purity?
Oh, I cry myself to sleep every night. You should see my bedsheets.
I'm sure lots of ladies want to see your bed sheets, but I'm not one of them. Care to answer the question?
Well, I never got people's obsession with regret. It's more about oneself than about anything else. What matters are your future actions.
You have a point.
What? My fair lady agrees with me? That's unexpected.
Now I remember.
Congratulations. What?
One of my mates from when I was serving on the honey-haired Rosalita had fought with the Deathmen. Duncan Varos.
Doesn't ring a bell. About that ship, though. Honey-haired Rosalita.
Aye. Named after some sweetheart from another country.
The pirates must have been terrified.
Rira, about what you said the other night. Do you really not think lasting peace is possible?
That's the thing. I do, but not by believing in a lasting peace. Look at Windhome. All it took was one dwarf to die before everything went to shit. Why? Because we were complacent.
So you're saying that we can't let our guard down? How is that peace?
It can be peaceful for the people. There will always have to be someone, leaders, your circle, who will have to remain vigilant.
Gather the other novitiates. I want them to bear witness.
Priestess Elasiel, please reconsider. She's young, but from a good family.
And she was foolish. She proved herself unworthy of priesthood. Now get the others.
As you say.
Ellen's reigns. I never left Finn and Mir.
Such a cruel mistress.
So I'm guessing you became a priestess.
Looked like it. That didn't even seem like me.
Well, if you never left Finn and Mir, you would be a totally different person.
I guess you're right. Okay, maybe if we look around more.
Aria, come on. What is this really about?
What do you mean? It's like I said before, for magical research.
We both know that's not the whole truth.
This is an area of magic hardly ever explored. I'm only trying to...
Aria.
Fine. Yes. I was trying to see what my life was like in another reality.
Why? What were you hoping to find?
I don't know. Answers, I guess. A clear path. Don't you ever think about how your choices define your life? Maybe that's all life really is. Choices and consequences, one after another. Till it's all over.
I think about that all the time. Some doors open, others close. Sometimes you make mistakes that you wish you could undo.
Exactly. I guess I was hoping that one of these realities was the best. Maybe I could find the right path.
And? Now that you've seen a few versions, what do you think?
They were all the same at their core. I saw the same thing. Regrets, longing for whatever comes next. None of it was better. It was just different.
What would you do if you had found the right path?
I don't really know. I guess try to emulate it?
You would really change your life over a vision? What if it was completely different from who you are now?
But if it truly was right, then how could I not change myself? Anyway, this is an academic question.
You can't keep looking in other realities for answers.
Yeah, I see that now. I'm not sure there even are any answers. Thanks for humoring me on this venture.
Will you be okay?
Yeah. I'm not devastated if that's what you're afraid of. Let's keep going.
Amidst the crumbling stone, traveling merchants take shelter from passing storms. Young lovers find refuge in the shadows, and the occasional scholar marvels at a history forgotten. The ruins have seen it all, and yet each moves on, drawn away to their next destination, or perhaps wary of the unease that seems to permeate the stones themselves.
General, did you notice we haven't passed a single person for the last few hours? The roads are never this empty.
You're right. Keep your guard up and let's look around.
You know, in a way, Keawu, your people have it all figured out.
What do you mean?
They know a truth that many refuse to see. People don't change. We try to make ourselves feel better about it, we aspire to noble deeds. But at our core, we are always the same.
I don't know about that. People can change, but the Aliani aren't going to force that change.
If you say so. Do you know what I still don't understand, Ketras? Why do people follow you? You're a selfish pragmatist who'd sell his own mother to save his skin.
Must be the hair, then.
You're deflecting the question.
I'm just not in the mood for drama, sorry. Still got it, huh, brother?
What?
The frown. I remember you already had it back in the communes. Has life given you so little to smile about?
Oh, plenty. A dead family, a burned-down village, and exilement from the realm.
Wait. Your little boy and your wife are...
Let's just focus on the mission, okay?
On your journey to the cave where you're to meet the man from Imperia, your nightmares become worse than ever before. The evening before your arrival, you don't bother trying to sleep at all, but go for a walk around a nearby lake instead. The sun's half over the horizon as you come back, flooding the camp with a reddish light the color of blisters. Your soldiers, you think as the sentry greets you with a tired nod, they trust you.
Well then, according to the ambassador, the Empyrean should be waiting for us further down the cave.
I still have a bad feeling about this.
It'll be alright. Also, Rulkin and a couple of our men are there in case things go south. In fact, you should be up ahead. Let's go meet him.
General, good to see you.
Rulkin, what's the situation?
Well, the Empyrean's there, along with 24 of his mercenaries. Here's what I suggest. You go on ahead and talk to the guy, and we keep an eye on you from a distance. We'll intervene at the first sign of things going south.
Good. Yes, that sounds like a plan. Stay alert then.
Will do. Still no idea who that man is?
No. None.
Huh. Well then. Nihov, guide your sword, General. We'll keep an eye on you.
General Arab. How long has it been?
Guardians. Kieran?
Do you know him?
He's served my unit back in Imperia. You're controlling the mercenaries?
I wouldn't be here otherwise, would I?
But that doesn't make any sense. You're...
dead? No, General, I'm very much alive. Looks like you've done well for yourself since you came here, General of the Wolf Guard. What an honor.
What do you want from us?
From you? Nothing. I'm here for him.
Keep your hands where we can see them, lad.
Oh my, so loyal. Are these your new subordinates? I bet they trust you.
Kieran.
You see, when I heard that Her Majesty called you back to Northander, I first thought it was because they had found out what you had done, and were finally gonna hang you for it. But no, of course not. Instead, she promotes you to General of the Wolf Guard. Might as well have spit on my mother's grave. She trusted you with her life. You know, we all did.
Kieran, whatever you came here for, the Wolf Guard's on an important mission and there's a hell of a lot at stake. We should discuss this calmly and rationally.
Calmly and rationally? Are you joking? My home is gone. My comrades are dead. My mother is dead. And none of it would have happened if you hadn't gambled with our lives like we were just pieces on some fucking chessboard!
Gambled? Look, Kieran, I know how that sounds, but I don't remember anything that happened that day. It's all just gut...
Oh yeah, sure. How very convenient for you. I don't buy it, Arab. You're a goddamn liar, as you've proven 1,000,000 times over. Guardians! Did you really think you could get off so easily? Just walking away and telling everyone you don't remember? No, Arab. You'll pay for what you did. And that's why I'm here. You have 2 choices. Option 1, you come with me and no one else dies. Option 2, my men will set fire to this whole goddamn country.
What? Do you really think that will work? The Wolf Guard is waiting just outside that cave, ready to attack your mercenaries should anything happen to me.
What? Do you really think I stationed them all out there for you to trap like mice? I have 3 divisions, and they're all over Northander. Trust me, Arab. If I give the word, or don't leave this cave alive, they will do a lot of damage before you can contain them. So many villages, so many farms, so many innocents. Do you really want their blood on your hands, Arab? Simply because you're too much of a coward to answer for what you've done?
Do you think the people who died that day would want you torturing and killing me? Your comrades? Your village? Your mother?
They're dead, goddammit! Everyone's fucking dead! It doesn't matter what they want because they're gone. Don't you get it? This is about you finally answering for your sins. Nothing else matters.
Kieran, I'm so sorry. Whatever happened, I only meant for the best. Let's talk about this and we'll find it.
We're done talking. If you're sorry, then answer for what you've done. accept your punishment.
Help me understand something. Where on Io did you get the money for these mercenaries?
I found a treasure.
Are you serious?
No, Erev, I'm not. And I'll be damned if I tell you any more than you need to know. Suffice it to say that there are people out there who want to see you dead as much as I do.
Fine. If this is what it takes to stop you, I'm coming with you.
What?
It's my life or the lives of those innocents his mercenaries are gonna kill, isn't it? I wouldn't be responsible for their deaths. Not again.
Well, what a surprise.
No. I won't let you do this.
This isn't your call to make.
It is now.
No. Why did you do that?
Wait, let me think. Because we need you? Damn it, General, this isn't about you or your personal catharsis. How can you not see that?
But he was right. I should have to pay for what I've done.
Well, pay once we've stopped Jakku.
Okay, you're right. I'm sorry, I just wasn't thinking straight.
Sure. The question is, what are we going to do about his mercenaries? If Kieran doesn't come back alive, they'll start raiding.
They won't be a problem.
Catrus?
That's my name.
She agreed to our terms, boss.
Marvelous. So, General, as it turns out, I know the leader of the mercenary group your friend hired. She and I are old acquaintances. I reached out to her right after Her Majesty told us about the threat and convinced her that the whole thing's a bloody stupid idea and offered to pay her double what your friend offered her. Guess what? She agreed. Those mercenaries your lovely friend here hired won't lift a finger.
So, Northander's safe? They won't attack any villages?
That's right. Everything's hunky-dory. Sir Catrus Vertath, at your service.
Why didn't you tell me you got in touch with the mercenaries?
Well, because you had a lot on your mind already, and I couldn't risk you and the Queen calling me off. You know, honor and all that. Sorry.
Twice what he offered? How do you intend to pay for that?
I don't, but I have a strong hunch the Queen will.
Good work, Catrus. Thank you.
My pleasure. Let's get back to Greykeep, shall we? The Queen will want a report.
Sure, boss. I'll join Ralkin and the others outside.
So, let's address the elephant in the room before we leave, shall we?
What do you mean?
Oh, come on, you know what I mean. That man said some pretty nasty things about you.
Look, I told you. I don't remember. Whatever happened that night, I don't know if I'm to blame for it or...
I don't think that's what he's trying to say. He means that we still support you. Correct, Sir Catrus?
Right. And yeah, I know it sounds a tad cheesy, but you look like a sad puppy, so I thought we might as well say it.
How can you say that? Damn it, I don't know what happened. So what if Kieran was right? All I remember is that those cursed Dawn Reapers made it into the village and killed everyone, and that it'd been my job to protect them. I just don't...
General, it doesn't change anything.
How? What if those people did die because of me, just like Kieran said?
Then you'll have to answer for it. Don't misunderstand. This isn't about absolving you of the crimes you maybe did or did not commit in the past. This is the present, and you've given us no reason to distrust your leadership. So yes, it doesn't change anything. We stand behind you, even if what that man said was true.
A touch dramatic, but it hits the mark.
Okay, I'll not let you down.
Doing fine so far. Fair enough. Good chat. Now, shall we go back to Greykeep?
So this man hired an army of mercenaries and sailed all the way over from Imperia just to take his revenge on you. That is absurd.
He lost someone and wanted what he thought was justice. Never underestimate the power of grief, Ambassador.
What matters more is that he did not seem to be aware of the influence he was under. Are you sure he was the soul you saw in the tapestry? He was one of the corrupted?
100%.
Well, I suppose we simply have to take your word for it, Skadar. The Empyrean man has been neutralized, and hence one more corrupted has been taken out of the equation. You did good work, General. Unfortunately, we still do not know the whereabouts of this Temple of Light. So you will have to deal with Arrakis first. Hailstone, brief the General on the mission as soon as possible. This conclave is concluded. Good luck, General.